Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Cavaliers finished, let me get that up real quick. Cavaliers finished 48 and 34 last year. What was your favorite move that the Cavs made?
I like they extended just about everyone on this team, but I like the Jared Allen extension because I think he um is really good, like underrated good. Um, and it's a reasonable deal, like 3 years, 90 million. You could move that deal. It's not prohibitive. So it's probably my favorite extension um on the Cavs just because of the value that it holds and the value that he would hold around the league.
Yeah, I like that extension as well. That's a good one. I also put Kenny Atkinson, getting him as a head coach. I always been a fan of his when he was in Brooklyn before, the big three went there and kind of ruined what he was developing. I really like what he did there. I think he has a pedigree. I think he could come in and give a different feel for the Cavaliers. Although I'm not 100% sure the fault of the Cavs last year falls solely on the coach. I do like him as a head coach, so I'm going to give that as my favorite move that the Cavs made.
That's a good one.
Least favorite.
I don't think Evan Mobley's that good.
Oh
That
no.
good. And again, it's I'm repetitive. It's just another guy that I would just play out the year until he got to his when we had to do it. But I and unless he's going to shoot, unless he took the summer to shoot, having him and Allen, I think just caps your ceiling come playoff time. And Mobley hasn't shown on his own. He's I think he's a good player. And I thought when they extended Mobley first that they were going to like trade Allen. But again, Kenny Atkinson loved Jared Allen
Yep.
in in Brooklyn, so I doubt that he came on with the intention of, hey, this guy that I wanted to play over DeAndre Ayton, now I got back with him again. I'm going to trade him. So I think they've kind of locked into it, and unless Mobley extends his game, I just kind of like a solid, a good defensive role player.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's why I put my least favorite move is the firing of JB Bickerstaff. The roster is weird, isn't it? Like it's just a weird roster. I'm not saying like it's like a talented roster. Like I like Garland and I like Mitchell and I like Allen and I kind of like Mobley. But I feel like the pieces together don't fit. I don't know if Garland and Mitchell are good together. And I don't know if Allen and Mobley, like you mentioned, are good together. I think Mobley kind of has to be a five because he has no range, So he's got to be a five. But when Allen's there, he has to play four, but he's not spreading the court. And what's more is you want your 2 point guards to have room to get to the paint. Well, if you got two guys on the court all the time that can't give them room in the paint, it's going to clog the paint and they're less likely, they're unable to create plays for others because of the paint being so congested. So I just think it's a funny roster. And because of that, I don't know if it was necessarily fair to blame Bickerstaff last year, not to mention all the injuries and everything they dealt with last year as well. So, although I really like the Kenny Atkinson hiring, I always have been a big fan of his. I'm not sure the problem was the coaching last year. I really think it's the roster fit. That's my point.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, what's your biggest question for the Cavs?
Just is it going to work? They kind of locked in for this year because Jared Allen, I believe, could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he waited to sign the extension, so he's not tradable at the trade deadline this year. He waited till like a couple days after. So if you can't trade Allen, you're definitely not going to move Mobley. Donovan Mitchell just re-signed, so he signed his max, so he can't be traded for a year. And unless you're going to move Garland's your only one you can move, and he's probably the guy you least probably want to trade on this roster. So they're locked into what? Like, can they get it to work? Can you get Mitchell and Garland to work? That they look amazing apart when one is
Yeah.
injured. But I don't know. I don't know what their optimized ceiling is with those two and two non-shooting big men.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that's why, and I kind of go to your point of the Mobley thing. My biggest question is, can they unlock Mobley? Like, what did they see picking him number 3? Remember, I think it was 3, right? I believe it was 3. It was 2 or 3.
So.
Anyway, it was 3. And where there were some people like Bill Simmons comparing him to Kevin Garnett, and like there was something there, right? A raw talent there that a lot of people saw. Can you unlock that, or is this his ceiling? Like, you have to unlock it, I think, to get the full potential of this team. I'm with you on the guards as well. I think you can work with that a little bit better if you have more floor spacing, but you can't work with it that well if you have less floor spacing. That's for sure. So they got to unlock Mobley, in my opinion. He's a good defender. Can he be a great defender? Stuff like that. So I wonder if they can do that.
Yeah, and the guys they bring in, like the shooting they have, like Bucks legend Sam Merrill, like that dude is an unreal shooter. But again, he can't really play in the playoffs. He comes in, runs around a bunch of screens, and gets up as many shots as he can in his 10 minutes that he plays. And Max Strus, he had a down year. Was he just hey, I played in Miami and they know how to make everyone look good. So they have like good players that you can bring in. Karis LeVert shows stuff from time to time. Isaac Okoro shows stuff from time to time. But it feels weird that it would fit together where you can get enough shooting and enough defense to not be shut down in a big game.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. I agree with that. Okay. Anything else on the Cavs? Any other points you want to talk about?
Nope.
Okay. Prediction?
They're a playoff team.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Let's talk about thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.